The creepy, mysterious forest. In the heart of a small, forgotten town stood a mysterious forest, shrouded in an air of darkness and mystery. The townsfolk had always whispered tales of the haunted woods, warning one another to never venture within its depths. Stories of lost souls, eerie apparitions, and unexplained disappearances were passed down through generations, painting a picture of a place where the living dared not tread. The forest itself was a foreboding sight, with gnarled trees stretching their skeletal branches toward the sky, blocking out the sunlight. The foliage was thick and suffocating, as if the very essence of life had been drained from its veins. Shadows danced among the twisted trunks, playing tricks on the eyes of those brave enough to cast a fleeting glance. One autumn evening, a young man named Ethan found himself drawn to the enigmatic allure of the forest. The tales of the haunting seemed to call to him, an irresistible temptation that he couldn't ignore. Armed with a flashlight, a map, and a heart full of curiosity, he stood at the edge of the woods, peering into the darkness. As Ethan stepped beyond the threshold of the forest, the atmosphere changed instantly. The air turned colder, and an unsettling silence settled over the landscape. The trees seemed to whisper amongst themselves, their eerie voices carrying the weight of forgotten secrets. The glow of the moonlight filtered through the thick canopy, casting elongated shadows on the forest floor. Ethan followed the winding path that snaked deeper into the woods, his flashlight cutting through the veil of darkness. Every step felt heavy, as if the very ground resisted his presence. Strange sounds echoed through the night, a distant howl, rustling leaves, and the soft rush of unseen creatures. He pressed on, the allure of the unknown guiding him deeper into the heart of the forest. Hours passed, and Ethan's sense of direction grew hazy. The trees seemed to warp and twist, shifting their positions when he turned his gaze away. Panic began to rise within him, but he fought to suppress it. With each step, he hoped to find answers to the mysteries that haunted the woods. Suddenly, he stumbled upon a dilapidated cabin, its wooden frame barely holding itself together. The structure seemed to exude an aura of desolation and despair. Against his better judgment, Ethan approached cautiously and pushed open the creaking door. The cabin's interior was suffused with an otherworldly glow, casting eerie shadows on the decaying furniture that littered the room. A rusted mirror hung on one wall, its surface cracked and distorted. Curiosity got the better of Ethan, and he approached it hesitantly. As he gazed into the broken reflection, his blood ran cold. Instead of his own face, he saw the ghostly visage of a young woman staring back at him, her eyes filled with sorrow and longing. Startled, Ethan stumbled backward, his heart racing. He felt a chilling presence envelop the room, as if the spirits of the forest were closing in around him. Whispers filled his ears, indistinguishable voices from the past that begged for release. Panic consumed him, and he bolted for the door, desperate to escape the clutches of the haunted cabin. Back outside, the forest had transformed. The once familiar path had vanished, replaced by an endless expanse of tangled undergrowth. Shadows flitted through the trees, darting just out of sight. Ethan stumbled through the darkness, his flashlight flickering, threatening to fail him. Exhausted and disoriented, Ethan collapsed to the forest floor, unable to go on. As he lay there, surrendering to the chilling embrace of the haunted woods, a whisper floated through the air. It was the voice of the young woman from the mirror, her words filled with both sadness and relief. "Rest now," she murmured, her ethereal voice fading into the wind. "You have seen what lurks within these haunted woods. Let your fate serve as a warning to others who dare to trespass." And so, the forest claimed Ethan, his fate forever intertwined with the spirits that haunted the woods. The tales of the haunted forest lived on, passed down as cautionary tales to future generations who would stand at its edge, their hearts full of curiosity and trepidation, knowing the price of their curiosity could be their very souls.